Wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you didn't think I'll be back that quick, huh? Can you believe that crap? If you don't know what happened. I just got I just got arrested, right? I just got arrested. And after I got arrested, well, first of all, I'll tell you the whole story. I cannot believe this crap. If you don't know, now you know. That's just the Apex PD proving to you what I told you that they were going to do. And now, because of them a-holes, I don't have a bike and I'm walking from Tryon. Well, I got somebody coming to get me. What a bunch of assholes. So this is how the police work, basically, just like I told you. Since I got a chance to get on this phone and walk and run my mouth, I might as well. You can't see because we're going down a black road thanks to them. So I'm riding down the road, right? And I'm sitting here on my bike riding, or first I was riding. No, you saw that I walked the whole time. And the whole reason why I said I walked, let me try to calm down real quick before I tell the story. It's going to be a mash and I might start cussing. So I'm walking the bike because I told you that they always rush the intersections and always get in the way and do all this other crap when you're trying to, just simply get on the bike and get down the road. So the one time I decide to walk my bike, as long as, walk my bike and not have to worry about any hassle, I get freaking arrested because I'm walking down. Remember when I was walking, all you gotta do is look at the last live. I'm walking down the side of the road where all the lights are downtown Apex. All the lights are lit up, right? Here comes the Apex PD. Well, first of all, he's sitting in the church parking lot the way that he was sitting in the church parking lot, the Apex PD. And I'm sitting there talking about that's the only reason why he's sitting there, right? So then, of course, he ends up disappearing and driving down the road, right? And then he's just randomly sitting on the side of the road. So I go and sit there and try to wait for everybody to pass and watch him sit there on the side of the road. He turns around like he's going to leave and then busts a Yui and then turns his lights on me. And then right before he did that, I said, and this is him sitting there trying to figure out what he can do to try to figure out what's wrong with what I'm doing so he can ask you questions and so on, so and so. So he came up. I shouldn't have said anything. So he came up and started talking. I shouldn't have not even said one single word, but he would have arrested me anyway if I didn't. So, he was like, first I was being cordial or whatever. And then he was like, you don't have so-and-so, you don't have whatever. Can I see your ID? I said, no, I'm not showing you my ID. He said, well, so-and-so, you're obstructing if you don't. And he was trying to be super duper nice because he saw the live stream camera was in his face, right? So the whole time he's sitting there trying to be extra nice to me, knowing that he's a snake and a coward. And I guess he's new too or whatever. So, they say all of that. He says, oh, you're obstructing. I didn't say anything, but I put my hand, I said, well, take me to jail. I put my hands right behind my back, right? And was like, take me to jail right now. I want to take me to jail. First, he was all hesitant about it because he knew he looked ridiculous doing that. And so, no, I just want so-and-so. I said, well, I'm not giving it to you. Okay, well, then you'll be obstructing and so and so and so. And then the lady cop comes over there and then she's all giving him the okay. And so is the other guy. And you saw how hostile they all were. If I didn't have a camera, they would have been more hostile to that. So then I turned the camera off. And that's when he starts talking about, I gave you an order and so and so. He waited for the camera to be off before he tried to get all macho man bad. And he was like, well, I gave you an order. I told you what to do and so and so. That's why this idiot here too, pumping brakes, looking dumb as hell. But he's like, oh, I gave you an order and so and so and so. I was like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't give me no damn order. Like, what you mean? You don't, I said, I'm not showing you nothing. I don't have to show you anything. I'm a grown-ass man. And I was like, it's not a law. I said, I can come out here with no lights on. I said, that's my prerogative. That's my problem. There ain't no actual law that says that you can get arrested, or that it's a law that you can get arrested for not having a light on your bike. And usually I have my gloves on, but since the gloves are open fingers and it was extra cold tonight, I wore the black gloves because I wanted to stay freaking warm, right? So I told him that afterwards, but like when we first got there, he was talking about all his obstructions. I was like, I'm not doing it. And He was like, oh, this could have just went an easier way. I could have so and so and so. And then we get in, or then he puts me in the car. And then he wants to start asking me, well, does the light work? Do you have any lights? And I explained to him, I said, yes, but my gloves, I usually use them, but it's too cold because my fingertips. And he's like, okay. And then so he didn't have to take me to jail to look ridiculous. He kept trying to make me give in and give him my ID. I said, I'm not giving you nothing. I said, you can, if you want to take me down here for this, so something this damn ridiculous, and your ass take me down here for something this damn ridiculous. So he took me downtown, of course, put me in the car, and then while we were in the car, I just had some real talk with him. I said, you know that this is bullshit, right? And you know that you pulled me over for no reason. You know that I got your whole department on Facebook and YouTube, you, the Cary PD, the Raleigh PD, every day waiting for somebody to walk past so that you can jump out on them. I said, you think that's real police work? And he said, well, how do I know that I'm letting go a murderer? I said, well, you for a murderer with no light just because he didn't have a bike light on? Guess what he said? Well, the Unabomber was stopped by a simple traffic stop. I said, that's a bunch of bullshit, and you watch too much mainstream media. You know you work for Big Brother. I asked him if he ever seen the movie They Live. He was like, no. I was like, you should see it. I said, so there's a law that says I gotta have my lights on or something like that. He said, it's in the book, the little book. I said, so it's not an actual law. And then he was like, yeah, I'll show you when we get over. I said, you can show me a law book, or you can show me a little statute, a little policy type thing that y'all have to follow, which is not really against the law. And then he was like, I'll show you the whatever. And then we got out. He tried to show it to me, but I saw it wasn't a law book, so I was like, I don't want to hear that shit. And then I told him, I said, well, I want you to know it ain't no hard feelings, but from now on, when you see me, the Cary PD, the Raleigh PD, and the Apex PD, I said, you might be a good person, but now I try to refrain and be nice, but don't have any hard feelings when you see me flick you off every time. And guess what he said, the reason why he was sitting there? He said that's his stationary position, and that they're put in stationary positions to try to basically go watch and pick out people doing something wrong and trying to basically sitting there trying to make criminals out of people. And he's sitting here talking about he's doing it to keep safe. I said, that's not keeping nothing safe. That's not real police work. He said, what's real police work? I said, real police work save people from robbers, and they stop bank robberies, and they go into hostage situations and all this other stuff. So then he debating on what he want to do with my bike. And at first I was like, I'm just gonna leave it on. I asked him, could he tuck it behind the trees so that I can come back and get it. I didn't think nobody's gonna see it in that spot in Apex, but you never know. And he was like, we could do that, and then I was like, never mind. He was like, we can do that, or we can take it with us. I said, okay, let's take it with us. So he was like, all right, well, I'm waiting for the truck to come. So he takes the truck to come. As much as they're slipping around, it takes him about 80 years to get there. And so then he's sitting there doing all his computer work and looking at his little computer and all this other stuff. And finally they pull up. And then again, he takes me to the jail, and then we get there, and he's trying to basically be all nice because he figured out that I was on YouTube and that I'm on Facebook a lot and that I'm on whatever. And then he was like, well, man, I hope, man, if I see you in the field, and you could tell he was a new dude, he was a little slick, whatever. If I see you in the field and so, I hope we, I hope we can respect each other as human beings. I said, I respect you as a human being. I just don't respect what police officers like you like to do in the dark. And I said in front of the other police officers that were there too, the Cary PD, it was some Cary PD in there and some Raleigh PD in there. And I said, you, the Cary PD, the Raleigh PD, that's all y'all do is go around messing with people. And they were in there and they were listening too, and they know that's the truth, so none of them said nothing. So they put me in a holding cell, and he was like, oh, you can go see the magistrate or whatever. So I went to go see her, and I actually love her, because she was like, because when I first got in there, bro, I thought I was going to stay in there for, hold on, what y'all talking about? Freedom. Yeah, I got arrested again. If that's what you said, I can't really see, I just saw the comment. Yeah, I got arrested again. It was in the last clip. I just got arrested. I'm getting out. So anyway, and now I gotta walk in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, at least I'm on Tryon Road. But I'm in Garner, which is way, way away from where I'm at. So I get into the holding cell, and some dude laying down, there's a bunch of food everywhere. I need to clean the joint. Somehow they got toilet paper stuck on the roof. I don't even know how that happened. And so I'm sitting here pacing around because I'm mad as shit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sitting here pacing up and down like, ooh. Like my blood is boiling because of this junk. And kept his bike. Sure did. I mean, I'm gonna get it back tomorrow. But and I'm definitely going there live stream when I go get it back. So he was like, yeah, your bike will be here, and we'll take your bike. That might be Wombo. I got Wombo on the way. He was like, that might be he was like, your bike will be here, and or we'll take your bike, you know, downtown with you, and you'll get it when you get out. Of course, I'm walking now. Is that one more? I am. And of course, he gonna go down there slow. So, whew, I'm heated right now. I'm so freaking mad. We get there, like I said, all that stuff happened, fingerprinted me, all this other stuff. Then he finds out I'm a coach, and I'll probably even be in the parade and all the other stuff. But I told him, I said, I just no hard feelings, because I want you to know now that you understand now. I hope you understand why people don't like police officers, the majority of police officers, because people like you, police officers like you, go around doing stuff like that and making criminals out of people for no reason. And he's like, oh, we do it to keep safe and so and so. I said, you do it to generate a bunch of revenue for the state. You don't care about no. I said all that safety, everything I told y'all, I told a police officer. And there you go, boys. Everything I told y'all, I told the police officer. Basically, everything I've been telling y'all, I told him about his department, how police officers like him are, and why people feel the way that they do about police officers. And he was sitting there trying to be all clean cut and give you the textbook answer, and it's about people's safety, and it's about my safety. I said, I've been here for a year. All these other cops never pulled me over. He talking about maybe they didn't care about your safety. That's him when his light popping up. So, and then, oh yeah, but how it happened was, I'm sitting here downtown, right? Now this is a bunch of bullshit, because I'm sitting here downtown on the bike, walking the whole way, almost walked all the Apex, get near downtown with all the lights on, all the lights in the world. That's him coming in there, turning around, doing that suspect shit. All the lights on, like all them lights down there, but you know how it is downtown Apex. So when I saw the cop, you remember how I got on the bike for, so if you rewind the live stream, you'll see that I got on the bike for a split second. Downtown Apex with all the lights on. And he watched me get on the bike for a split second, jump back off. I was like, I don't even feel like riding no more, because you know that they're gonna all come up here and so and so. So I literally I don't even think 2 concrete slabs. I got from like somebody's front yard to their trash can. That's about as far as I got on the bike, and then jumped back off. And it was in a well-lit area. He waits for me to jump off the bike and go all the way down to where the dark is, where he's sitting at in the dark, right? And tells me, and then pulls me over. And I said, so you're telling me that you pulled me over in the dark over here when I was walking on my bike, and you were in the light? And that's all them now, randomly coming out of nowhere. That might be one, but was he looking for my on the way anyway? Famous. So, and this is how well lit up downtown is, if not more well lit up than that, right? This Negro thought that it was necessary for that. And I said a lot of smart stuff to him. Not like nasty smart, but smart stuff. Like, he said something about somebody being a murderer, or somebody, letting murderers go. I said, yeah, because murderers always ride in the middle of, ride downtown with their lights on an e-bike, and then he goes back to the Unabomber. Well, the Unabomber was caught by a simple traffic stop. And I'm sitting here like, bruh, do you research the stuff you hear, or do you just repeat it? Do you believe what Big Brother mainstream media news tells you? He's talking about, well, I got a couple years of college under my belt. I said, that's even worse. College ain't nothing but indoctrination. That's his dumb ass struggling to get down the road. I said, college ain't nothing but indoctrination. I said, I'm talking about researching stuff on your own and stuff on your own and stuff like that. He had no clue what I was talking about. And so the lady was like, then I get in there and I'm like, can I make a call? And my phone is really, the power is on, but sometimes it's weird. Actually, all the time I have to put the charger in and pull it back out in order to see the screen. But since all my charger and all my stuff was on my bike, I didn't have it with me when they let me out. But at first I thought they were gonna make me stay in there until the 30th. Cause I asked the dude, I said, well, what if I can't call nobody and whatever. He was like, I was like, so I gotta wait until my court date? He was like, yeah. And then I went and saw the court date was on the 30th. When she told me that, my heart dropped. I was like, damn. But I knew somebody would come, like Walmart and one of them. They'll probably end up knowing I was missing. They'll probably end up knowing that it had something to do with the police or something like that. It was this right there. So then, after that, let me finish real quick. Matter of fact, I'll tell you, I'll finish tomorrow. Oh, actually, so you really can't see nothing. So after that, she was like, the magistrate was like, well, you can just sign yourself out, but I thought I was gonna stay there for 30 days. So I was like, I love you. You know, our magistrates are like real, like stern. So she looked at me a little weird face, and then I laughed, and then the cop laughed, and then I was like, um, I was like, I do. I was like, I know you're probably mad I said that, but I do. And then she started smiling. She was like one of them hard faced, like light skinned magistrates too, but she was like mad cool. So then she let me out, like, thank you again. She let me out, and then I think it was like the Raleigh PD or the sheriff. He grabs the paper to check me out, and he looks at it, and he looks at the charge, and he was like, no light. No light. I forgot what is this? Yeah, no, but he worded it a certain way. Like the cop the one that arrested me, he put it on the paper like so outrageously weird for a charge. I know it's gonna get thrown out. I said, bruh, do you realize I recorded every single thing that you just did? That I saw you sitting over here, and bro, this nigga was sitting in a church parking lot when I came up, right? I said, and that's why he's sitting there. And I talked about why he was sitting there for a little bit, and then he rolled off. I get on the bike. You know how well lit downtown Apex is? I get on the bike for not even a half a block. And because it was, I get tired of like looking at all the go by, I just jumped off the bike. And I actually walked all the way to downtown Apex from the job. I get on the bike for 2 seconds in the brightest part of downtown Apex, and this Negro, actually we weren't that, I don't think I was that far. And then this Negro waits. Oh yeah, I wasn't that far. I used to live right over there. That wouldn't have been bad. That wasn't a bad walk. Oh, yeah, that wasn't a bad walk. I mean, I'm glad. No, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. I knew we were on Triumph, but anyway. But yeah, that ain't nothing. This is what me and Bentley used to. I didn't realize we were this close. I just knew we were on Tryon. But so
I don't live on Tryon.
I know where you live, but to me that's not a far way to get, because I come here all the time. Like it wouldn't have been that far. I thought it was way further than this. But either way, I'm glad. It would have been cold. I could have put my gloves on. But so and then he says, oh, so I jump off the bike. I get on the bike for literally like 3 pedals, not even 3 pedals, in the well-lit area. And I was like, let me jump off and just walk down here. So then I walk down here, and he waits for me to walk and get into a dark spot. But he's already sitting in the dark spot on the side of the road. So then I stop and watch him sitting there, and I don't even go into the dark spot. And then he starts going straight, and then busts a Yui, and then turns his lights on me, and jumps out and says something about, needing the lights or whatever, and can I see your ID? I said, no, not for no damn lights. And then once he found out I was on YouTube and stuff, he tried to be all nice, and after he had already put me in cuffs and was like, well, is there any lights on, like, as if he was going to let me put my lights on and go. And I tried to explain to him, I said, I got lights on my bike, but first of all, I don't need them. I'm a grown-ass man. If I get hit, that's on me. There ain't no law that says that, and he tried to bullshit. But anyway, so then the other cop, when he was checking me out, he read it, and he was like, failure to disclose lighting fixture or something like that, whatever bullshit charge the guy wrote. And he was like, what the fuck is that? He said, I never even heard of that shit. And then when they said they were going to sign me out, the other guy was like, yeah. He was like, because this is ridiculous. He was like, first of all, we don't have enough room to hold you for something this small. And and this is ridiculous that you would even have to come in there for something like that. This is 2 different cops. The one that was taking me to the thing, he's like, I can't believe this. And then the other guy was like, what the hell is that shit? I never even heard of it. So then he told me that, he was going to have my stuff here. So now apparently the Apex PD is holding my bike. So, but he told me that it was going to be down there, and that they were going to be down there. And I can tell the guy was new. And yeah, but then once he figured out what was going on, he tried to be so super duper nice to me. And I said, you see why this is why people.
He was trying to be super nice. Why he didn't let you go?
Huh?
He was trying to be super nice.
Because I guess he already had me in cuffs, and he already had had 2 people there trying to watch you. But then when we got there, he tried to get rid of the obstruction for me not showing him my ID. But then he was like, well, here it is in his bag and his stuff, so can I just not take the obstruction charge on? Because he knew that was going to be even ridiculous, and the other guy was sitting there like, no, just give it to him, because he didn't give it to you or whatever. And I just looked at him like, nigga. And I was like, it's all good.
You don't have to give him their ID.
You what? You said what?
You don't have to give him your ID if he's around.
I know. Well, apparently that's not the case. But I know it's going to get thrown out, but I got to go to court on the 30th. But that's all right. I said, look, now you know. I said, when you see me, I hope there ain't no hard feelings. Now you know why people don't like police officers. I said, you might be a good dude and you might think you're doing what you're doing is good, but you know good and damn well that what you just did to me right now tonight was wrong. When all I'm trying to do is go home and get some sleep, and I don't, and I'm out here every day. I said, I know you get calls about me. You can sit here and act like you don't. Oh no, we don't get calls about you. We don't. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, we did get calls about you. There was this one day, and somebody called about you, and I know because they do it in Leland. And but then I just told them he's just out there recording, and I went by and I said he's just out there recording, and so and so and so. And he was trying to act like he never saw me before. He said he'd been out here since last March or whatever. There ain't no damn way he hasn't seen me because since then or whatever. But he act like he didn't. So all in all, he knows that he bullshit, and I know the court is gonna throw it out, and it won't be on my record. But still, like, that's ridiculous. And I was like, bro, he's like, all you had to do was show the ID. I said, all you had to do was let me go and leave me alone. All you had to do was not be sitting on the side of the road. I said, do you not know that I record you every night? Hold himself. Yeah. I would if the magistrate would have, if they didn't have enough people, or if it wasn't full, I would have been in jail. I would have been arrested. And I wouldn't have been able to get out until one of y'all figured out I was missing, or until my court date on the 30th. I cannot believe this crap. And then he wondered, and then again,
because everybody about to see that and wonder why you got arrested and look at it like that don't even make sense.
And
it's about to come up, like, when you get arrested, everybody can see you get arrested, especially when you in the field we in.
Yeah, I know.
Twitter,
I know.
So we're ready for it.
But it's gonna be thrown out. And once they see it, they're gonna be like, "What the hell?" For not having a light on his bike, or adequate lighting. This is the first night I didn't wear my gloves because my gloves, I should put them on top of these, but my gloves are cold, but I wasn't thinking about it. And not 12, but at least 2 cops before him passed me and didn't say anything. And all the cops pass me every night and don't say anything. He got to be new or was just that bored that he ain't had nothing to do, but that was ridiculous. I already know that if the cops are even laughing at it, the cops inside the place when they look at it, I can't believe that dude was like,
probably talking about this rookie.
That dude like, what is that? I never heard a cop say something like that. Like, what is that? I never even heard of no shit like that. I mean, I've heard cops do cop talk, but the last one that saw me out was the funniest one of them all. His ass was like, he read it. He was like, I don't even remember what it said, but what does it say? Let me read this stupid shit. The jump was funny the way he said it. He was like, who is that? He was like, the way he read that shit, I don't even know what it says. But he was like, adequate. Where the hell did the paper go? They just said it. And then, of course, this nigga name is Elf Berg. That's his name, Elf Berg. He tried to tell me, I said, you mean elf like Santa's helper, and bird like a bird that flies away? He was like, no, Berg as in like burger. I was like, Elf Berg. I was like, what? And then I still talked to him. I was like, what is that? He was like Swedish. I was like, I never heard that before. And I still was.
I'm trying to figure out if sue or not.
I was still having you said you're trying to see if I can sue or not in your head. I should. I should. And he knows that he messed up because the whole time he was in there rocking back and forth. When he was trying to when he saw that I didn't care if he took me to jail, he was trying so hard not to take me. He was like, are you sure you don't want to give me your ID? Well, at least do you have lights on the bike? I said, yeah, but every time I turn a light on, it kills my battery, and I got my glove, the same thing I said. He's like, oh, okay, well, still, do you have the ID? I said, I'm not giving you my ID for something like that. I don't have to. Yes, you do. Okay. Where's this stupid ass charger at?
Were you riding in the street?
No, I was riding on the sidewalk.
You was literally on the sidewalk?
When I was on the side of the street when he pulled me over, but what he pulled me over for, I was doing on the sidewalk in downtown Apex under all the lights for not even the full block because there's a lot of businesses and stuff down there. So, well, I mean, there was nobody downtown, period. But just because I don't, you never know, somebody jumps out. I rolled and I was like, wait a minute. And I jumped off. I literally got on the bike from here to across the street, and that's where he saw me at. That's where he saw me at, on the sidewalk. From there to across the street, jump off the bike, because I knew that there was going to be some trouble, or I knew that something was going on and that he was going to try to find something. And then when I went to the dark, I was on the side of the street. I was just leaving the sidewalk, which was lit up like this by the skate park over there at Apex, and then I hit the side of the road up and stood there because he was sitting in the dark right there, and I stood there because I knew he was going to do something. And then as soon as he turned around and got right and did all that. So like I said, I can cut this video up and take it right to court, so it ain't nothing to me.
Well, we're gonna have to do that.
I'm gonna show it right to the judge. I'm gonna cut it up first because I know how to do editing, so I'll just take the live out. If I got a screen recorder, I know how to make a lot of videos. I know how to make the videos and put it together just how it happened. But y'all, I gotta go. I'm gonna let y'all. I'll talk to y'all more tomorrow about it. Wow.